Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to be doing our technical analysis update of commodities. We're going to work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'm going to interject my opinions as we go, and if you need any help, you can check out finding-value.com. We do have a 50% discount going on for the first month. Use the word September in the coupon code. We also have a midweek update that I'm releasing today, giving my opinions and where I'm looking in the markets. Let's dive in here. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the markets. We're seeing continued weakness in the dollar, DXY, heading on lower, which means that we're probably seeing a little bit of weakness in yields. Weakness in yields is generally good for precious metals and can be good for commodities as well. So looking at the 2-year yield, we're flat. We did come back down and bounce off support. Are we going to turn, or do we have further downside left? Is this all the pullback that we can get? Difficult to say. That's what we're going to watch tomorrow and see how we trade and see if we put in a reversal candlestick right here. That's what we're looking for. What does that mean? If we reverse and head higher, that is going to be a headwind for precious metals. At least that's what it has been historically. If we head on up, that may also mean that oil is going to continue its move to the upside because that's generally moves up with yields. We can also see other energy like uranium go up as well. TNX sideways, but again, I put that little trend line in there. We are working towards that trend line. So are we going to head downward or sideways and an eventual move up? Again, that's what we're looking for. We're looking to see what happens here. Same with TYX. It's doing the same thing as TNX. Just a small down yield day today. The TYX TNX ratio, it's sideways 0.12, which means the yield curve didn't really do much today. And we're at a very low level, generally good for precious metals. As the yield curve uninverts, that is when precious metals really start to get on it. Bond prices bouncing off support, and that still looks good to go higher. So to me, it still looks like, looking at the bond prices, that we could see yields go lower. Again, I'd like to see more confirmation. I'd like to see further bond buying pressure or yields coming back down and breaking through these support levels for me to say, yeah, we're definitely going lower. Gold up a little bit. It notices the weaker dollar and weaker yields, but I still think it's got a little bit of reservation there because we haven't broken up uptrends yet, the uptrend lines. When we break those uptrend lines, and then we break down in yields, that's when gold's going to get sent. Silver, we're right up against resistance there. You can see the resistance line. We're right up on it. This is a bloody nose. It's a little profit-taking day. It could be a reversal candlestick. It's not a very big one. We didn't finish below the 50th percentile here. So I think it's more of a bloody nose. I think it's more of a continuation pattern. And I think that's because we're up against resistance of this trend line. We got to break through it. Platinum down a little bit, much like the rest, like silver. And we're just coming up to a little bit of resistance through here that we got to force our way through. XAU to gold ratio, a little bit of selling pressure in gold and silver mining companies in relationship to gold. We're still within this pattern here, guys, and we're just squeezing up. Give it some time, and we want to break through that downtrend line for happiness. CRB index, we did have oil move up today, and nat gas and some of the other commodities. So this looks good. Let's hope that momentum can continue in the CRB index. Everything here looks pretty dang solid on a weekly candlestick basis. I am still in the camp that we're going to go higher. Looks very strong and solid. CRB to S&P 500, we did pull back a little bit in the ratio. Those weaker yields, weaker dollar did push the S&P 500 up faster than commodities did. Again, commodities are highly linked to increasing yields. The S&P can go up in a declining interest rate environment, but it depends what the decline is for. So the question that really is the question you should be asking is this decline in interest rates sustaining, or is it just a temporary little move? If it's temporary, then this ratio is going to go back up. If it's more sustaining, we could see a move lower. But looking at this gigantic falling wedge, I think we're going to go higher eventually. GDX sideways for the most part today, right at resistance support level. GDX, J, same thing, but we are above that trend line. Well, I should say this trend line here. We're above that. We're sitting right on top of it. And then SILJ also needing to put some work in for a potential break to the upside. It's got some work to do, but we were down a little bit today. Crude oil doesn't look too bad, up 0.7%. Kind of just a normal update. It's not super strong, but not weak. So momentum-wise, it's still trucking along. If we look at it from a 5-day, you can see we're just trucking along to the upside. Everything looks okay. Everything looks good. Nat gas up monster. Jesus, look at this thing go. 5.52%, ripping it. Hopefully that momentum can continue, guys. We broke out of this, and it's just been see ya, wouldn't want to be ya here. So that looks fantastic. We've got XOP. Yeah, you know me. It's just chilling underneath the resistance line. That is the neckline for this inverted head and shoulders. So we got to pop through that bad boy and get a running. We do have a bullish engulfing here, another one here. It looks really good. Not much selling pressure for being up against a trend line. We are doing absolutely excellent. So I think we're going to head higher here if oil decides to move on up. OIH also looking good, up 0.7%. We've broken this short-term trend line to the upside. And this is what we need to break next, the trend line that's coming up here. We want to break on through that. And if we can break on through that, we've got a long way to go, fellas. Long way to go. Sprott-Fisby Uranium Trust still giving us the huge middle finger to us for all those doubters. Another big move to the upside here for the Sprott-Fisby Uranium Trust. Looks absolutely excellent. So big buying pressure, big green army, not much selling pressure here. And then another big green candlestick today. And we are breaking to the upside. URA also coming up. A little bit of a wick at the top. I don't like seeing that as much. I like finishing strong. This is what we did. We came on up, then we kind of rolled back over. But the downtrend of that momentum is broken. So we're just moving sideways in the very short term. So it's looking okay. Uranium also looking quite good. This is a bullish engulfing. So we gapped down in the morning. Buyers bought it up throughout the day. So if you look at it from this perspective, we started down here, we came on up, and then we ended the day basically in this channel here on the upside of the channel. So URNM is looking quite strong. And again, let's hope that momentum can continue. And URNJ just doing everything with a little bit of a multiplier on, a little bit more leverage to the upside move, which we want that if you're invested in it. So again, we've got a little bit of selling pressure towards the end of the day. You can see how we turned back over there. You can see that turn back over. And so we had a little bit of momentum loss towards the end of the day. TAN down a little bit. That's a bloody nose, most likely continuation pattern to the upside. That's my guess there. We're trying to put in a bottom. COPX sideways. We're still in that stupid channel here. We're doing channel land. Little small down, or well, sideways day today. Lithium down a little bit. Another bloody nose. That looks good to go higher. It's not really a strong selling pressure day next to a large green body. REMX. Let's see what that one looks like too. Another little, it's a little bit larger bloody nose. I still think we could go higher here. And we're in the middle of this pattern here. SPX moving higher, lower yield, lower dollar, lower yields. It is looking good. We've broken this downtrend line there, so that does look good. Same with the Nasdaq, broken downtrend line, and we're doing okay. Everything's kind of holding together here. Emerging markets looking good for a potential move up. We just need the right market conditions, and we have those market conditions right now. So just be patient. XHB up 0.91, looking actually quite strong in the home builder sector. Saw a company come out. They're saying that they expect in the future strong sales in new home builds. So that's why I think this was up today. We've got Moo just moving sideways. Still looks good. We've broken that downtrend line and we are heading higher. Still looks good to go higher. Copper moving sideways, little bloody nose perhaps. Still looks good. Iron ore moving up massively. So we're getting a breakout here in iron ore. You can see that big breakout. So that looks really good. And we could see a move on up eventually. Again, we could do a retest before heading higher there. So, but that still looks very good. We're breaking the upside of that downtrend line. Nickel still consolidating. Just be patient there. We haven't seen a clear turn with the green army showing up. Aluminum up quite a bit, 1.5%, coming back up this above that resistance line, looking good. Baltic Dry Index also looking good, and I do think this will work its way up with how we've broken out of the falling wedge. Newcastle Coal, that is looking fantastic. You can see it coming on up. I don't know if we're just going to bust higher here. We might go, up and down like that, do some sort of consolidation cylinder or something like that before heading on up. Something like this perhaps could occur. Bitcoin down a little bit. Go back to the candles. Little bloody nose. Same with Ethereum, little bloody nose. I do think that will continue higher given the market conditions. If rates were to come back down, bond prices go up, and dollar goes down, yeah, I think they're going to continue on up. So things are looking good. The one asset to watch, in my opinion, well, there's a couple. Energy looks solid across the board. Uranium's one to watch because we've broken out and we're starting to move our way up. Silver is at a turning point where we could really break and start to move. And it's highly dependent on what yields do here. If yields break down, I think silver and gold are going to rip. If yields continue up, I think they're going to go sideways for a while and consolidate further. And oil and the commodities could keep running. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Thumb up for the content, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website. Don't forget that discount that we've got going on. The discount code is September, and we have a midweek update coming out today. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.